Hey, how's it going? Alex here from BGS. I'm a revenue optimization expert and I help e-commerce businesses grow and scale through optimizing their store. And in this training, we're going to talk about my shopping experience on Ashley Furniture from the other day and the few problems, issues on their website, so to speak, that really ticked me off, that I see them very commonly on e-commerce stores nowadays that you should definitely not be doing. So stay tuned to find out what they are. So here's what happened. I went to their website the other day and I was looking for a white shelf that I wanted to put up my wall. And that's how I started my shopping experience, with that thought in mind. I was on my phone, by the way, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to quote unquote recreate the scenario that I was going through so I can show you all of the issues that I faced during the shopping experience and make sure that you don't do those same things on your website. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now and we're going to get started. So this is their website on mobile, and I don't have any better way of screen sharing my screen on mobile device other than this. So I hope you can clearly see what I'm going to do here. Okay, so here's what happened. I wanted a shelf, right? So immediately I went, not shelf, but shelf. Oh, by the way, I did not plan to talk about this, but I typed shelved like this instead of shelf, and it's good that it's showing me this, but it should have auto-corrected and shown me shelves instead of showing me nothing. This is still better than nothing, but it should auto-correct ideally. But anyway, that's a whole another wormhole that I'm not going to go into. That's a topic for a completely other video on how the search should respond. But anyway, let's type shelves. So this is what I did, and what I did was sorted price low to high and filtered by color white. Okay, and I saw this first shelf and I thought, oh wow, this is perfect. This is exactly what I had in mind, one of these thicker floating shelves or whatever. All right, I click on this, or rather tapped on it on my phone, and I was brought to this product page. Okay, now I look at it and I decide that I like it. I see a few of these images, I see the mounting mechanism. And what's the first issue here? Temporarily out of stock. Okay, so this is the very first problem that I faced. Why did it show me the white shelf when it's temporarily out of stock? Okay, it should not show me in the filters. It should not show it to me here. Okay, if I filter by color white, it should not show me products with the color white that are out of stock. So if I remove the color, let me show you. It will show me this color, which was in stock when I was searching it, right, the other day. And I'm going to talk about this in a second. Now it's out of stock, but it was in stock. And in that case, it's okay to show me this color because it didn't sort by any color. But once I sorted, filtered by white, it showed me this, but it's out of stock. So it should not show me a color that's out of stock. All right, now to make things even worse, all of these other ones are out of stock. This is a problem. It should not give me an out of stock product at the top of the category page or the search results page and not even have a badge here that says out of stock. So if that's the case, it should have at least a badge here, out of stock, right? Or if the other two colors were available and I'm filtering by white, this product should not pop out here at the top unless it's temporarily out of stock, as it says here, right? If it's temporarily out of stock, it could show it to me here, but also allow me to purchase it and also show me what the expected delivery date is going to be. So if it says back in stock in 3 weeks or whatever, it should say that here and still allow me to buy it if I wanted to. And then I can decide whether I want to wait or whether I want to go and look for this from another website. Does that make sense? So again, if it's temporarily out of stock, it should allow me to buy it by showing me the extended delivery date. But at the same time, it should also show that it's out of stock here on the category page. So at least it saves me a couple of clicks, at least 2 clicks of going here and going back, plus scrolling through the different colors, trying to find another color that might be in stock. I hope this is making sense and not confusing you. But if this is permanently out of stock and the product is discontinued, it should not even show here. It should be totally pushed down all the way at the bottom, okay? And might not even show it as well, or maybe go be under a category page called like permanently out of stock or discontinued or something like that, but it should not be shown front and center. So the right way to do this is to show out of stock. And then another thing, these swatches are not grayed out, like crossed out to visually tell me that it's out of stock. Not there or not even here. And all of them are like that. They're not crossed out. Okay, so that's second issue. There's no visual feedback that this thing is out of stock. All right, let's continue. What are the other issues? Right, so let's talk about the colors now that we're into the color section. Look at these color swatches. This was another thing that really irritated me. First of all, where's the color swatch now? I don't see it, and it's very hard to notice where's the color selector here. All right, why would they hide this? Second, these color swatches should be colored with the appropriate color, okay? It's cool that they have these labels, but it also should be colored. And third, it should not hide like this. Like, why would you make me tap or click, in this case, one extra time every time I want to change a color and then hide this? This is definitely not what you want to do. Your swatches should be colored and should be shown at all times like this here. So I just go and tap on it, but not needing to tap twice here, okay? The next issue happened when I was scrolling through these images, right? And I decided I want to go back. I couldn't. This either is broken or the tap area, yeah, it's so tiny that I thought on my phone, here with my mouse, I can clearly like pinpoint it accurately, but on the phone, it's very hard when it's such a small tap area. So there should be at least more space here. So move the arrow a little bit more left and increase the tap area. So even if I tap here in front of it with my finger, which will happen most of the time, this thing will still work, okay? And on this side, it's the same thing on this side as well, all right? So anyway, this is the next issue I faced. And I thought, okay, let me try and slide through these images, like the natural response to scroll through these images left. And look what happens. I cannot even scroll through these images. And this is another big issue on mobile, okay? This is not how you want to implement your zoom. On desktop, it's fine, but not on mobile. On mobile, it should be pinched to zoom. That's the natural, like habitual response. Whenever we want to zoom into something, we usually pinch when there are two fingers, or like this with these two fingers, right? That's the typical user behavior. So that's how the zoom should work on mobile. So I couldn't scroll through these images, and I couldn't like go back to the other images. And at that point, I was like super frustrated. All right. And the final issue that was like the last straw and got me super frustrated and I just had to leave is, and I can't even show it to you here because all of these are out of stock. Oh, same issue, temporarily out of stock. Okay, here the swatches are at least colored, so that's good. But they hide again. That's not good. So they should be like this at all times, expanded. But same issue, no. And first of all, it doesn't show me if it's going to be back in stock and when would be the expected delivery date. So that's a no-no. So it makes me think that this is permanently out of stock. So it shouldn't be here at all. But at very least, it should have, as I said, out of stock badge or something here on the image. So I don't even waste my time clicking on it and waste the clicks. I've made another video on this about click depth. Like with every click or tap on a phone, especially a necessary click or tap, you're reducing your probability of conversion rate. All right. The less taps and clicks it takes for a visitor to go from landing on a website to purchase, the better your website will convert. But anyway, going back to the issue that I was going to talk about. Oh, wow. This is an out of stock too. So this, I was not going to talk about this, but I'm going to mention it anyway because I did not expect this to happen. You should also have an option to filter by products that are only available and exclude any unavailable products, like product status. Is it available or unavailable, or temporarily out of stock, as they call it? So I shouldn't be going through all of this stuff. Oh, same thing here. Now I'm getting frustrated again. Like, it happens on this video. Let's try this. All right, finally we found something. Now, here's the final issue. That was the last straw for me. I'm trying to add a product to cart, right? And nothing happened. Like, is the product added to the cart? What's going on? And this happened. I literally tapped 3 times on the phone before I saw this little thing change here. But you should not. This is good. You should have this little number change in the top corner, right corner, the cart icon. But you should not rely only on that. You must give your visitors a visual feedback when they add a product to their cart. Okay, so when I add it to the cart, this should change. You can either have this text change, add in one item to the cart, or have a little text above it, whatever, or just show a pop-up overlay, like a confirmation with a green check mark, a product has been added to the cart, or take me to the cart page completely, but just don't leave me here hanging, not knowing what happened. That's bad usability, and it causes a lot of frustration. And I'm telling you from experience, it did that. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, give your visitors some visual feedback that they actually added a product to the cart. Depending on the website, we want to take people either to straight to the cart page, or show them a slide out cart, or even an overlay pop-up, but typically we do not leave them on the product page. But anyway, that's up to you. Just make sure you give them visual feedback on add to cart action. All right. So just to summarize, obviously I didn't end up buying, I didn't buy anything from this website because I was really frustrated by the time I was finished with this, and this added up to it, added fuel to the fire. But anyway, let's recap real quick. First of all, if a product is out of stock on your website, make sure that you show a badge on the category pages. When the product shows, make sure that it's out of stock, temporarily out of stock. Okay, but only show it up there if the product is actually temporarily back in stock and you have inventory on the way. Okay, even if you don't know when the inventory is going to come and you cannot provide the expected delivery date, at least have that badge on the category page. Okay. And second, allow visitors to buy out of stock products. And again, as I said, tell them the rough estimate expected delivery date. Even if you don't know down to the day or the week, at least you can like say, I don't know, back in stock in 4 to 6 weeks. You should be able to know roughly. Okay. But anyway, that's the second issue. The third issue, or the thing that you don't want to do, is hide the swatches behind a link, so people need to tap on it. And then also you want to have them colored, not just white little transparent circles. All right. And also they should also be grayed out for a color that is out of stock, like grayed out and crossed out like this or something like that. People can be able to tap on them or click on them, but it should visually show that they're out of stock. All right. The next thing was the click area, or the tap area around the thumbnail arrows on your mobile. Okay, that should be big enough so that even somebody with butterfingers will be able to tap it and not mistap and click or tap where they didn't intend to. Okay, next, pinch to zoom on mobile. All right, make sure that your website supports pinch to zoom. When people zoom with 2 fingers, that's how the image is zoomed. That's the typical user behavior. Okay, and what's the next issue that we talked about? The add to cart. Make sure that you give people visual feedback when they tap on the add to cart or they click on the add to cart. Either show a little confirmation message, or overlay pop up with a confirmation message, or slide cart, or take them straight to the cart page. But don't not do anything, just like on this website, right? You have to give them visual feedback. Okay. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope it made sense and cleared up some things for you and allowed you to notice maybe some of these things you're doing on your website so you can go and fix them now. So if you like this video, click like and subscribe, and click on that notification bell button because we post videos like this almost every day. And if you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section down below. And if you want our help, just go to workwithbgs.com, fill out a small form. It's a free call that you can hop on, and you got nothing to lose basically, but it's a free strategy call. You just fill out a little form and we'll see how we can help. That's workwithbgs.com. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.